Hi everybody, it's Chris, the Simple Conversations coach. This week, have you ever found it really frustrating when people just stop responding to you? Someone you've been talking to for some time, maybe a friend, business partner, someone you were speaking to at a party, um, and the communication just stops. They've ghosted you. They turn away from you at the parties. They stop texting every night. They blank you in the office. And you're racking your brains trying to think what's going on, trying to find an answer. Because, as we know, our brains do not like loose ends. So there is something deeper going on here. Let me explain. Remember, I've said in the past that your perception is your projection, which basically means what you believe is what you see around you, right? Well, what I've discovered goes even deeper, so that's still correct, and there is something else underneath that going on. And it's another simple insight that once this lands for you, you probably need to kind of come back to this video a couple of times just to check the full impact of this on you. Here it is. Your visual perception is set long before you register what you see. This then dictates what you see based on what you need in the moment. I'll repeat that again. This dictates what you see based on what you need in that moment. Okay? It's more selective than Kiefer Sutherland looking for the next one man knows what's really going on and has to prove it to the rest of the world before it's destroyed TV project. If you get a chance, watch Rabbit Hole. Such a good series. Very short series. Really good. Series 1 anyway is out. Rabbit Hole, Kiefer Sutherland, and some other big stars. Anyway, quick example of what I was talking about. So you search, imagine, right, you're searching for a brand new car in a brand new color, something that no one else has in your neighborhood. So you go researching online, and after a few clicks, you see everyone's got that same car in exactly the same color. Well, you know this. Before you were looking for that car in that color, your visual perception dictated you didn't need to see that car in that color. So you didn't. You still with me? Okay, stick with me. There's a bit more to this. Something that you might be asking yourself is, well, why does my perception do this? Again, dead simple when you realize this. Let me take you back a few steps. Remember, you've been talking to someone at a party, maybe a long-term work colleague at work, or a long-term friend on the phone or in the coffee shop, and for no reason you can fathom, they disappear on you. Now, you might put this down to, well, I know they're really busy. Yep, that happens. Maybe you've really pissed them off. Again, that happens. Or they just don't like you anymore. But this is just the way things are, right? No, it doesn't have to be. This is what's really going on. Put simply, you no longer matter to their survival. Now the person doesn't know this is the reason. And I'll come back to this in a minute. This is what this means for you. There's loads going on in the world, isn't there? Everywhere, right now. Too much for you to process all at once. And our cognitive abilities are limited. Therefore, you see the world in a distorted, or at best, a selective way. You visualize to survive. In other words, what you see is based on what you need. If you feel hungry, you suddenly see all those fast food leaflets that's been piling up at your front door. Feel like a movie, you suddenly see all the adverts on TV and on the side of buses. Feel you no longer love your partner? You suddenly go looking elsewhere for love. It happens. And this is why, no matter how good you are at what you do, no one will pay attention to you until they're looking for what you do. Are you a great painter and decorator? Doesn't matter until someone is looking for a great painter and decorator. Are you a great manager? Doesn't matter until someone comes looking for a great manager. Are you a great communicator? Again, doesn't mean a thing until someone comes looking for a great communicator. And this is why, as well, when you're ready to change your life, the right person who can help you will appear. Remember that old story I said? You could be in the desert, miles and miles and miles away from any civilization. When you're ready, the right person will appear with a glass of water. So if someone doesn't like you, seriously, don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's just their self-preservation kicking in. You don't factor into their survival right now. But what is interesting, it doesn't mean you won't be on their radar again later. Remember, I mentioned earlier as well that the person doesn't know this is the reason. So while it doesn't make it any less painful for you, they've innocently mislabeled this in their head to make sense of what's happened for them. Dead simple. So next time you don't like someone, cut yourself some slack. You're not a bad person. It's simply your survival instinct kicking in to save you. So it's a bit longer, I think, this week, but worth this message. Rewind it a couple of times if you need to. There are some golden nuggets in there. And it all fits in with everything I've shared with you in all my videos. It does all make sense. So have a good week. Enjoy the sunshine if it continues. And remember, you're always enough. Bye for now.